welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make stud earrings using your laser. While not necessarily difficult to make, stud earrings can be a little problematic with keeping the posts on. That's because glue isn't enough to get everything to stay where it needs to for a long period of time. Eventually, the glue will break down and the post will fall off. So, without any delay, let's get right into it. First, let's go over the materials that you're going to need for this project. You are absolutely going to need a laser to laser cut earrings. I will be using the xTool M1 Ultra. I actually do recommend that you use a diode laser. That's because diode lasers traditionally come in lower powers. And the lower the power, the smaller the beam is going to be, which gives you a lot more precision when doing engraving or cutting. And since stud earrings are notoriously tiny, you want all the precision you can get. Apart from the laser, you're going to need some wood or acrylic if that's what you prefer, stud post hardware, acrylic markers, super glue, preferably a gel glue like this one by Gorilla, tweezers, a lighter, the longer the better, paper towels or wax paper to protect your table, toothpicks, UV resin, a UV curing light, respirator face mask, and nitrile gloves. Now that we have everything that we need, let's roll through the steps. There's lots of files that you can purchase if you aren't capable of making your own. For small stud earrings, I try to keep them no wider than 12 millimeters. I also recommend using score lines for your design and not engraving the details. On such a small item, the details, especially text, would be lost through engraving. Choose the settings that are best for your laser and material. My settings may not work for you. When prepping your laser, try not to use just the honeycomb tray. That's because of a little thing called flashback. Flashback is when the laser beam passes through your material, hits something that's reflective, such as the honeycomb tray or a stainless steel plate, and it reflects back up and kind of chips at the edges of your material. So in order to avoid that, we want to elevate our material about 1/8 of an inch. I'm elevating my material using the rack bars that came with my M1 Ultra. You can use small magnets or acrylic scraps if you want. Set your material on top of the supports and position the laser head such that the beam will not hit the supports while cutting your design. As it finishes cutting out the studs, they should gently drop to the honeycomb. Now, if you've used wood, you probably noticed some soot around the lasered portions of the design. You can lightly sand the studs to get rid of this. If you want, now you can paint them. It's completely optional to do this, but for many designs you may want to add some color. Now you can attach the post to the back of the studs. Gel-based glues like the one I'm using need to be shaken before use. Shake it like you mean it. Place a small drop on a scrap of paper, not on the back of the studs. This keeps the glue from spilling outward when you slap the post down. You want to instead take the tweezers, grab the post by its stem, lightly dip it into the glue, then place it on the back of your studs. Let the glue set and dry for however long it advises on the bottle. Before I hop into any of the steps involving UV resin, I want to emphasize on safety. The fumes that come off of resin are toxic. So for your safety, that's why I recommended that one of the top materials that you needed for the project was a respirator face mask. It ain't pretty, but neither is lung cancer. So put on your nitrile gloves now if you haven't already. Not rubber gloves, nitrile gloves. Hold one of the earrings by the post with the tweezers and the UV resin bottle with your free hand. Carefully place a small drop of UV resin over the base of the post where it meets the earring. Now use the toothpick to carefully nudge the resin to the edges, making sure not to break the surface tension. It gets stupid messy if this happens, so try not to do it. When you have the backs of both studs coated, set them under the UV lamp for about 5 minutes to fully cure. Now that the posts are secure, we can move on to the front of the earrings. You're going to make the world's tiniest, most fragile table in the history of tables. Grab a spare business card, index card, or some cardboard, and fold in the shorter edges just far enough that they exceed the length of your post. Now put some painter's tape or double-sided tape down and punch holes in the middle. Shove the posts through those holes and give it a little press to make sure they're sticking to the tape. Now they won't spin you right round like a record baby while you're trying to nudge the resin to the edges. Just like you did for the backs, add a small drop of resin and use your toothpick to carefully bring it to the edges all the way around. around. If you want more of a domed look, you can drop a little bit of additional resin in the center and let it settle. We didn't really need to be concerned for this particular part on the back side, as it wasn't really a lot of resin. But resin is notorious for developing bubbles. If you don't get the bubbles out before curing, they will be a permanent fixture of your earrings. This is where the lighter comes into play. You just want to very quickly brush over the resin to apply heat, which will make the bubbles rise and pop. Don't sit there and hold it in place unless you have really good homeowner's insurance. Once you're satisfied that the bubbles have been destroyed, you can bring the UV lamp over and cure the earrings for another 5 minutes. If you followed all of those steps, congratulations, you now have some durable stud earrings. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, however, smash that subscribe button. I think that's what the kids say, right? I don't know. I'm too old for this crap. Thank you so much for popping by my corner of the internet. Until next time.